Welcome to my tutorial for how to play multiplayer Doom mods. I'm going to show you how to join and how to host servers with Doomseeker, which is the method that I use for practically all of my videos. There are other ways externally, but I'll get to that in other videos if there are requests. For now, let's just get into Doomseeker. It's not hard at all. Go to the Zandronum website. It's the source port you need. Download it right here and install it. I already had it, so I'll just show it right now like this. You install it. I like to do portable installation, but it's personal preference. Just install it. Once done, this is what you get. I already put two folders in there, Watts and iWatts. iWatts is the folder which contains the original Doom game files. You need them. I'll put links in the description for those files. Then the Watts folder, it's empty right now, but that's where we're gonna put all the mod files, all the downloaded ones. And it's also the folder you're gonna put all your manually downloaded files into. You can choose your own location somewhere else, it's all personal preference, but I like it all in the same place. Now, Doomseeker comes pre-installed with Zandronum, so you can instantly go there. You can see all the servers already. You go to your options first. Make sure the file paths are on the correct ones. That's where I put all the files I need, so that's pretty useful. And here, this is where it's gonna put all the downloads you get from servers. So yeah, everything in one place. Once that is done, to join a server, it couldn't be easier. Double click one you like. You can see the files that are in the server at the moment. Here you see it's missing some files, but simply click install and Doomseeker will download them all for you. It's pretty nice. In some cases it might not download if you're trying to join a friend server, but simply give the files to that friend. You have the files if you're hosting. It's a quick fix, always works. I simply use Dropbox for that. There we go. Join the server, no problem, people are in here. And spectate. It all works. And don't forget to set your options, especially with different mods. So that's the whole joining part. It's pretty easy. The hosting part is a bit more complicated, but it's not that hard. Click the create button. And there is all the server options. Make sure you are hosting. Okay, so now we'll go through the options. The Zandronum part is probably correct. The server name, do whatever you want. The other stuff we'll do later. We'll go to rules first. Set all this stuff to your liking. Doesn't really matter much. Right here, this is important. Your password, if you don't want random people to join your server, this is the way to do it. And then the Archon password is very important. With this you can change, for instance, the map or the music in the server for everyone. Make sure you set that to something very important. Must be more than like 5 characters, I think. But yes, very useful. Then right here, a lot of options. All personal preference. And if you want to do co-op like me, then I suggest doing this option. Don't block each other. Pretty useful. Then share keys. Absolutely important in my opinion. And since we play survival a lot, we don't want to do the whole map over again when we both die. So we choose this option so the map doesn't reset. Pretty useful. And we're together when we spawn. So when the other guy's dead, you can just spectate him with a flying camera and stuff. And when you both die, you just continue together where you left off. And for that, I also use this, so it's not a full reset. You got your inventory when you die. Personal preference still. This here might say deathmatch, but still, this here applies to co-op as well. As an example, this I set to kill once for a deathmatch, and later we switched to co-op, and this setting still applied. So be careful with this. Just put it to next level. And this I turned on because it sucks if the other guy gets all the good guns from the map, so this way they stay for everyone. And then the rest doesn't really matter, so you don't have to mess with any of that. It's all custom preference. And here, custom parameters, I do find important. When I play with friends, I want to be able to use cheats, so I add that to the custom parameters. It just adds so much variety to what you can do with all the mods especially. Now the only thing that's left is the first page, so we can fill this one in right now. Let's first enlarge it so you see the WADs better. Here you can choose co-op, survival, deathmatch, anything what you want. We play survival a lot since it's more fun with the spectating. Then the difficulty, the map, which you can type to like pre-start on that map. So if you start the server on a later date and want to continue on the same map where you were left off on, simply fill the map in right here. And then iWADs is usually Doom 2, sometimes it's Doom 1. The WAD is predetermined what to use. If it doesn't work, you'll notice. This box is all the files that the game is gonna load. They sometimes need to be in a specific order, but I'll get to that in the last part of the video. I'll show it specifically how to build, for instance, a clusterfuck server from scratch. Any other questions you can ask me in the comments. As you can see right here in this example, clusterfuck 3 plus add-ons, it can be a lot of files, but doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing. But let's keep it simple right now. For instance, this is the map set, Mayhem 17. I'll keep the rest in so you can just see the mods work in the server. But all you need to do is add the files you want, make sure you broadcast it to LAN and especially to master, so that makes it public for everyone. Anyone can see it then. And then I suggest to save this whole configuration, so you never have to do it again. Give the server a name, copy the server name, that's what I do, and then just paste it here. It's pretty useful. Tons of saves for each map set. Even when I change add-ons, I just make a new save. Always good to have. Do whatever you want. This just makes it easy and quick for next time. Even pre-select the map you were on for the next time. Then all you need to do is click host server and it will start to load. You can see all the files going crazy. It's loading. Just give it some time. The more files, the longer it will have to load, of course. I had 25 plus files, I think, so yes, that takes a while. But if it's all compatible, it shouldn't be a problem. It should all work. Now you see it works. Server is up. Then you go in Doomseeker. Up top, you see the LAN one you're hosting. You can always see that real quick. It's blue. And the way to find it always is by simply searching it on the top right. Type anything from the title of the server. There we go. As you can see, no public server, so make sure to refresh. And there you go. There's the public one. Now you can simply join it, just like your friend would. It's exactly the same for you guys right now. And then let it load up. It's pretty simple from now on. As long as you have the configuration all set up, it's fine. Here we go. As you can see, it's the same as the other time. Works fine. And your buddy can join in at any moment. You can play with up to 64 players at the same time in your server. And for the cheats, if you want to check all the stuff that you have loaded, like the add-ons, simply type give everything, and there you go. Now you can check if you have the weapons. You'll quickly see a lot of add-on weapons, so it confirms it straight away. And then, for example, I have the physics gun as an add-on, which is supposed to be on the 0 key, but it's not there. If it's not there, you'll have to bind the weapon to a certain key. For instance, I press Q right now, I bound it on that, and there we go, there's my physics gun. It's very fun, I definitely recommend messing around with it. You can throw people and freeze them and items, anything. Very fun. To do the binding weapon thing, I'll quickly show it. Because it's really annoying not being able to use the add-ons you have in. Type bind, then space, Q, space, then the brackets, then type use, in this case the name of the actor Physgun, so use space Physgun, then the brackets again, enter, and this way it's now bound. So that's how I do it, and it's very convenient. You can bind anything, by the way, like berserk, runes, any item in the game. Some stuff doesn't work. You can do gun mode, no clip. Never have to type it again. Very convenient. Really easy. And well, that's kind of it. That's all it takes. So if you get errors or anything, you can even alt-tab, check the server, because this is your server window. It shows the players, you can even change the map. You see all the map names and what maps are available. But if you change it here, it resets everything. Weapons, inventory, everything. So I don't recommend that way. What I do recommend is the Archon method. That's why you need the Archon password in the settings. Very important. If only Zandronum wouldn't crash right now. Are you kidding me? Oh, what the fuck. Unbelievable. Okay, so Zandronum crashed, but it's not a big problem. As you can see, the server is still up, because you still see the window. So even though the Zandronum crashed, that was just because of the alt-tab thing. So all you need to do is simply join the server back. Just like you did the first time. The server is still exactly where it was. As long as this window is up, the server is up. So that's good to know. If something happens during play and it says waiting for servers, just alt-tab and check if this window is still there. If that window is gone, that means the server crashed. You'll have to host the server again. Sometimes it happens that the server crashes, but it rarely happens. So it's usually only fucked up slaughter watts in combination with Project Brutality or something. So I'll show you the Archon password stuff right now. You type the password, which you set in the server options, the Archon password. You type send underscore password, then space. Oh, typo. There we go. And then your password. For me, 121212. Very easy. Here we go. Access granted. And now you're able to use any Archon command. To change the map, for instance, type Archon space change map space and then the map name. For instance, map 29 in this case. There you go. Using the change map means you keep all your stuff like you would press the exit button in a map. But if you would do it like this, without the change, it's a full reset, like you would change the map in the server window. So I recommend always use change map, unless you want a full reset. There we go. Map 29. All works, you have full control. Without Archon you cannot do that, by the way, so Archon is very useful. And the other stuff you could do is Archon change mus, and then the song name. I have a custom music WAD installed in my skins folder in Zandronum. So I type the song name, and there we go. Song changes. Goes for everyone in the server, since Archon changes the whole server. So if you have annoying music and people are complaining, change it. Easy peasy. In this last part, I'm gonna show you how to make a server from scratch. So it needs specific load orders for different mods. So I'm gonna show you that right now. The box is empty. So to start with, you need to know what you want to play. The mod and the map set. So right here, Mayhem 17 is a map set I found. So I suggest simply Google or look on YouTube for a certain map set, otherwise called WOD. Find the ones you want. There are big ones, small ones, you name it. There's plenty. Download the one you want. I've already downloaded this one, so I'll just show you what is in the file. You put it in your WODs folder, and this is what is in the download. This is the patch for the map pack. Now, make sure all your mod files are in the same folder, which is in my case the WODs folder. I suggest doing the same, have everything organized in the same folder so you know where to find it, where to delete stuff and add stuff. When that done, you'll need to get your mod, if you want that. A dear subscriber of mine sent me this Clusterfuck add-on pack. It's for Clusterfuck 3.0 in this case. And these add-ons add insane amounts of things. Weapons, monsters, items, you name it. The whole load order is already here. So we need to follow this in order to make it work. So you don't really need to remember it or know it yourself. If it's an add-on pack, it usually shows the order. Download the file. I've already got it downloaded, and this is what comes out of the file. A lot of files, and there's a text file that shows the order, since they are not in the right order right now. They're alphabetical, which is not the correct load order. What you do is take all these files and make sure you put them with all the other mod files, which is in the WOD folder, which I just showed. Just put them all in there. There we go. Now, simply drag and drop all these files into your WOD box. Just, there we go. All of them are in. And now we're gonna get the important part. You have to synchronize the order of your server to the load order. So I suggest put these two windows next to each other and then go down the order. So start at the beginning, number 1, Skulltag content, find it and drag it up top. So it's number 1. That's why you wanna make the window bigger, so you can do this quicker. Then number 2, Bullet Puff fix, find it, put it on the right spot, etc. Go down the whole list. This is the annoying part, but it needs to get done, and you only need to do it once. I've already done it for my setup, so for this case, I'm going to show you my setup. Just follow the order yourself until you get to the part where I am right here. Don't mind the file paths, it doesn't matter at this point, I have copies. It's basically because I was lazy to put them in the WODs folder when making the server, so don't mind that. Well, make sure the whole order is correct, and then you could add some of the add-ons yourself. You can always test it by hosting the server, see if it starts up, like these last two. These I added, the physics gun and the drop runes. Very nice add-ons. Thankfully those work, but a lot of other ones don't work. So it's simply hosting the server, see if you get an error or not, and simply remove the file that gave you the error. It doesn't show you which file causes it a lot of the times, but just add them one by one and test it, and you'll know which one it is. So name your server, then simply save the configuration again, so everything is up to date, host it again, and you'll quickly see if the setup is right and all the add-ons are compatible. It will start up just like the time I showed before. There's not much to it. All it takes is the right order and compatible files. Once again, it will take a while for all the files. It was a lot. It doesn't have to be that many. It can only be 1 or 2 files. It really depends on what you want. You can make it as crazy as you want. Server is up, so the blue one is your LAN one, so you can always join that since it's on your own network. It saves you a bit of time for looking for the public one. But everyone else will have to join the public one. Only people on your own network can see that blue bar, and everyone else will have to join the public one. Probably will have to refresh for it to see it. And then simply join it, and there you go. It works. Everything's there. You can check everything, all the settings, and everything you need to do. Simply join. All the binds still work that I have set last time. God mode, no clip, all the runes, everything. And that's about it. It doesn't take more to play with your friends. You can choose many kinds of mods and map packs. There's infinite ways to play this stuff. As you can see, I just closed my game, but the server is still open because the window is still here. Simply close the server window and the whole server just closes. If you refresh it, you'll see it's gone. If there are players in it and you want to close it, it will give you a message, of course, because there are players still in it, but you can just kick them all out when quitting it. As you can see here, all the files and the add-ons on the bottom, but I'll show you another preset. For instance, Clusterfuck, or here, Brutal Doom plus add-ons, pretty recent. First, you usually start with the map set, but I think Clusterfuck is one of the only ones that is an exception. And if you don't know, always start with the map pack, but usually if it's add-ons and mods like Brutal Doom and stuff like that, it's usually in the description of the file where you download it from. So this is the order for the Brutal Doom files I use. And that's just a visor slash HUD, by the way. And the rest, HP bar, text colors, and then the add-ons. This is all I added myself. Pickups, medkits, anything in that one, some taunts, so you have more sounds if you want to use that. Weapon add-ons, fixes, you name it. All kinds of funny stuff, cool stuff, OP stuff. Whatever you want, there is tons and tons of add-ons. A lot of stuff is not compatible with each other, so you'll have to test it to see which ones work. For instance, the Kurosawa here is PB, means Project Brutality. It shouldn't really work on Brutal Doom, but somehow in this setup it does. With the later Brutal Doom patch, it kind of doesn't, so too bad, had to remove it later. You'll have to figure that out yourself. Just add add-ons one by one and test the server, so you know exactly which add-on breaks the server, gives errors or causes crashes. I'll show another setup right here. For instance, Clusterfuck 4. You can see it doesn't start with the map pack again, because Clusterfuck likes to do that. And the rest of the files for Clusterfuck, it's not that much. It's an older server setup. And then I'll show a Project Brutality as well. So let's see, a recent one, Hellcore 2.0. Very recent. As you can see, Hellcore and the patch for the co-op. And the add-ons for Project Brutality itself, and then my own add-ons again. It's practically the same as Brutal Doom, then just different files. The add-ons, by the way, the order of it does not matter. You can throw it in however you want, as long as it's after all the main files, like Brutal Doom and the map pack. That's very important. The rest you don't have to pay attention to. Throw in whatever you like, test it, and that's about it. I hope this helped. If you have any questions or can't get it to work, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. I've had my share of issues with this whole server stuff, so I know my stuff by now. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and see ya.